At this moment, the House of Representatives is without a speaker. Congressman Adrian Smith joining us now. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us. Many of our viewers are asking what is happening in the House. Can you shed some light on that?
All right, well, this is part of the process. You have a new Congress. We need to select a speaker. There's a bit of an impasse right now. I don't think it's really surprising to anyone. We need to work through this. I think, when you look at the nominating process and the fact that one person, Kevin McCarthy, has so much support, a smaller group, a fairly small group, is trying to leverage their opposition in conjunction with the Democrats' opposition to Kevin McCarthy. So it's just something we need to work through.
You have supported Congressman Kevin McCarthy for Speaker. Is that still the case? And after these
Yes.
days of failing to gain enough support, can he still be an effective Speaker?
Well, there are so many folks who are concerned about the entire process, and that Kevin McCarthy would have so much support that should not be disregarded as we do move forward. And so ultimately, though, I think we'll get through this and bring people together. We've got so many things that we need to get done. Inflation is still a problem. The fact that we've got 87,000 IRS agents on the docket that the Democrats want to add. I think that is the wrong way to go. We need to focus more on customer service at the IRS. For example, I've introduced a bill, or will be introducing a bill, to repeal just this haphazard addition of so many IRS agents to do audits. We can do better than that. And in order to achieve these things that we need to get done, we need to get a speaker on board and get a speaker selected so that we can move forward.
Now, the small group of, Congress people elect have some demands. Are there any points that you think are valid, or what do you think?
Well, a lot of their requests have already been met. And so it's unclear right now what exactly it is that they are wanting. I'm willing to hear them out. I think, again, that's part of the process. Anxious to hear them out. But ultimately, we need to move forward. And that's it's required for us to get anything done at all. And there is the question of who else would be prepared. It's very clear that Kevin McCarthy is prepared for this job, very uniquely so. And so I think that's why he has so much support, is because he has strong relationships with over 200 members. And so that's what is important in this entire mix. And I think will ultimately lead to getting this worked out so that we can move forward.
Would you support any other of your colleagues for Speaker?
Well, it's Kevin McCarthy right now. It is so important that we get this done. We get it done on a timely basis, and to select the most prepared person for Speaker, and that is Kevin McCarthy.
How long do you see this going on?
It's gone on much longer in history than it has this time. It's been a while, obviously. And when you look at the overall task that we have, it's important that we utilize this process going forward, and hopefully be stronger for it as we do face the future, because we have such tall tasks ahead of us.
Yeah, moving forward and legislating, can the Republican Party come together and pass legislation and do the work of the people?
Absolutely. Looking at what we need to get done, that speaks for itself. The fact that we need to achieve results, so we need to take this new majority and make a positive difference. And like I said, my bill to repeal the additional 87,000 IRS auditors, that's important. But to pursue policies, I hope that bring the American people together, and a strong economy, I think, can do that. But we've got economic signals right now that should concern everyone. And we need to get folks back into the workforce. Ultimately, this supply chain and the worker shortage is such a problem. And at the same time, inflation is presenting itself in different ways and in different places. Look at the cost of eggs. And there's some other issues in play there too, but let's work together to resolve these things, because people are hurting, and we need to pursue policies that people can feel themselves, or that they're able to take control of their financial future and to save for the future. And those are the issues that I'm focusing on, and I think the American people want us to focus on.
What kind of policies would you support to fight inflation?
Well, we need to quit spending the money that has been spent across the economy that has triggered inflation. President Biden was warned before he insisted on sending all of this money out across the economy. He was warned that it would likely trigger inflation, and it did. So the first thing we need to do is stop doing that. Now, some of that spending has expired. Let's let it stay expired. Even though the president, I know he has signaled that he wants to do more of the same, even though it caused very negative results. So that's the first thing we need to do. We need to get people back into the workforce who left the workforce. The worker shortage is triggering inflation as well, and the supply chain shortage. So getting folks back to work is very key. I've been working on this issue even before COVID, of getting people back into the workforce so that they can have a stronger footing for the future. We passed bipartisan legislation actually last year, well, in the House, and finally the Senate did too at the end of last year. We called it Secure 2.0. It's legislation that encourages employers to participate with employees for their financial future, 401k plans and other instruments, so that the American people can be better prepared for their financial future.
All right. Thank you so much, Congressman, for joining us.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too.